What's up, guys? It's your girl Tubbi of the Nerdy Bird site, rocking with the antidote.com, bringing you yet another live exclusive right here from Baton Rouge in the parlor.
And it's your boy Johnny Hustle, Dark Side, Dixie Stand Up.
Today, I have a treat for you guys. Baton Rouge native, has a very long resume when it comes to making music, but I won't get too far into it. I'll let him kind of explain for himself. Let's kind of start with where music became so important for you. Was it like in childhood? Did you get a little bit older? How did that come into play?
First of all, it's an honor to be sitting on the couch with you.
Appreciate that.
Music became important to me because I couldn't spell good as a child.
Gotcha.
And that's how my brother taught me how to spell, because I could recite a song. So in order to learn a song, he made me write it. So I really learned how to write raps by rewriting Bad by L. Cool J.
Nice.
Rakim. I done wrote a lot of Rakim raps over. And Jay-Z, a lot of Jay-Z.
Shout out to Big Bro. Like, that's important to keep our youth on the educational level that they need to be on, and it's inspiring to know that you can use music in such a beneficial manner.
That's how I learned to spell.
Big shout out to Big Brother. Now, knowing that coming into that earlier, it was more of a learning privilege or purpose to kind of help you transition from that hard time spelling into, you know, being a great speller and writer. How did you know at one point it was like, okay, I like this. This is something that I'm trying to do?
Because then it became a therapy. Then you realize, like, rewriting other people's lyrics is like, you're not just listening to words on the beat. It's
right.
Like, okay, he's talking about his mom right here, or he's talking about this right here, or he's talking about being heartbroken right here. So the brother that taught me how to spell through writing was actually, you know, incarcerated a lot of my life. Okay. So that's how, you know, I used to write to him, and he'd just write to me like, write this song over, write that song over, and yeah, that's how I learned how to write, and that's how I learned how to, you know, format my own songs, you know. So
poetry, therapy, and
exactly.
even being a pen pal, it became important to you because that was a means of communication with Big Bro, too.
Exactly.
And I don't think a lot of people understand how important it is when you recite something, you do remember it and retain it, but when you write it down, it becomes embedded in your mind. Yeah. And I think that's really cool because very early, Big Bro kind of got you into the structure of what poetry was and understanding literature, and he was just being a good big brother. Yeah. Shout out to you again, Big Brother. That is really dope, really, really so. Yeah. Now, at what point and what grade did you really start writing your own music, when you sat down and said, okay, let me put my ideas on paper?
7th grade, mostly. As far as like to beats, I went to a studio. I went to Ballin' for Billion studio. Shout out to B-Lo. One time that my brother was not incarcerated, he took me to the studio a lot. That's when I started like writing to their beats. I wasn't necessarily on their songs, but I was writing to their beats. But 8th grade, I think I made my first song, and it was
the smile on your face. Let's hear the history behind this first track.
It was to an instrumental from Christian called Full of Smoke.
Very nice. High paced.
I would never recite that song.
So look, the local talent show at the school didn't get it. Nobody got it.
Nobody got that. That was me.
Yeah,
my brother.
I'm digging up the exclusive. One day I'm gonna get it out the vault. Y'all just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Negative. That's not. You're not gonna find it like a Tupac song. Nah, you're not gonna find that one. But
that's legit.
Yeah, that's how I wrote to. You know, back then. Shout out to the music industry. I'm sorry they don't do this no anymore. When you bought the singles, you got the instrumental.
Right.
So you pop it in one CD player, you press record on another CD player, and you rap it to the other CD player.
And picking your voice up on the other.
That's how you get your music.
The younger generation has no idea what we're talking about. They're looking like, they did what? They did what? Yeah, we used to kind of go back and forth. For us to have to record, we just ran from one side of the room to the other side. It was like, hey, push play and 5, 4. So I think that's really cool to still have that, I guess, original concept for what recording is. It plays a big part into being able to be such a good recording artist now, the transition. I think that's really cool. Now, 8th grade, wrote our first song. Nobody's ever going to hear it.
Never.
I'm going to get this song. But at what point do you transition and it's like, okay, I'm about to write my song that I'm going to put out to the world?
Well, all through high school, you know, you meet different people who rap or who wrote their own songs. So I went to Southern Lab. Went to school with Spitter, Lim, Young Chiller, aka Trey Banks, my dog Jamal Johnson,
so
Down Bad,
levels, right?
Brandon Cage, Kent Jackson, Darren Harris. Shout out to my dog Jay Dirter, who always kept all us together at that time. But yeah, just rapping, you know. Not until like we got out of high school did we start really till I started going to studios and recording my own song. My first song was recorded in Dixie at Easy Hustle Studios, which had, you know, Level
right.
and Mr. at first, right on out there in the Canonicals. It was called, of course, Dark Side Boy, because I was from Dixie. Shout out to Mr. Man, my dog Sam. But yeah, that was my first song called Dixie Boy, Dark Side Boy.
You really grew up in that atmosphere in high school, so I could take it that your high school days were kind of like mine. The teachers trying to teach and half us in the back like beating on the desk with pencils, creating these instrumentals while somebody's freestyling.
Yeah, I can remember one time I got suspended because of the song I wrote. I was writing a song during class, and shout out Miss Monaghan. She was our English teacher. She was like, "What you writing?" And you gotta, you know, I want to read it. And it was a song called "Cruelty."
Okay.
And I kind of based it off of Eminem, "Kill You."
Gotcha.
So it wasn't cool. I think I buried somebody's grandmother during the song or something. So yeah, she got on me about that and wrote me up.
Yeah, she was looking at it like this is real life for him.
This is not English. This is not what I was speaking of.
Yeah, I thought I was going to read about butterflies and doves.
Nah, Dixon.
I think that's really cool, though, to even at such a young age, being able to understand what's going on around you and still being able to relay and recite it in a manner that a lot of people, like you said, even your English teacher didn't necessarily understand. Yeah. So I think it's important to keep those ideals and that perspective alive, even when you have to kind of go back and forth in the veer of honesty. And sometimes honesty isn't pretty, like it's an ugly thing.
And then the thing is with me, I tend not to like veer too far with exaggerations because like now I got kids.
Right.
So you really can't say anything that you're not willing to back up or prove.
This is true, and I'm happy that you brought that up because I always like to ask artists who do have kids. You do have a lot of this younger generation and some of the older that kind of sit here and will say, you know, they're not role models or it's kind of hard to be a parent and still chase the career path that we are musically so far as the industry goes. How do you balance the two, like being a good dad and still being true to your artistry?
I think if you're really true to music, when you transition in life, you transition to music. Right. You can't transition in life and say, I'm still going to do these things, or I can't do these things anymore, but I'm still rap about them. Because then your kids going to be like, you know, you're sitting on the fence, and they watch everything.
And they pick up on it.
Everything. So if you sit on the fence with a child, they going to sit on the fence with you. You know, they going to kind of like, you know, start lying to you or, you know, deceiving you because that's what they feel like you're doing to the public or to whoever they think your music is going to. So it's a couple of songs I wish wasn't out right now.
Gotcha. Like you don't want the babies to hear them.
Yeah, but it's a couple of songs that I made because of my kids.
Right.
So it's
a back and forth.
Yeah, it's a back and forth thing, you know. And if having kids and listening to them recite your lyrics don't make you cut back on a couple of things, then
you gotta check what's going on in your person.
Yeah, that's you. But my son tend not to cut curse words out when he rap.
So he's like, I gotta clean it up just a little bit.
Daddy, you said it. I'm saying it too.
So I gotta clean it up just a little bit.
Yeah. So.
And for me, I do understand the concept of still wanting to be original and still be true to yourself. But yeah, when you do have kids and you are inspiring the younger generation, the storyline that you put out there does become important.
And I feel like if whatever lane that you're looking for, lanes run out. So like if you're doing this, you know, hardcore gangster tip and you have a son, you're gonna have to get out that lane,
right? If
you know you want to be that person for that person, for your son. And my prime example always will be T.I. because trap music and I'm Serious is not paper trails.
Right, two totally different worlds.
You know what I'm saying? I thought I can sell drugs when I heard I'm Serious.
Right,
I really did. But then when you listen to the older T.I., it's like you need to take care of them kids, dog. And that's what to me, that's what he's saying in a lot of his music, and a lot of other big guys that, you know, everybody listens to their mainstream music, but there's a lot of songs that they putting out that's for us, people who are men, real men, or men, older men who looking for men to follow. Like, and I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, even as a man, you still need people to look up to make you better. You know?
Yeah. And for me, knowledge is a forever going thing. If you stop obtaining knowledge, you stop growing. So it's always important, like you just said, to have somebody that you can look up to that does inspire you and make you kind of think outside of what you normally would think, your ideology. And I think that's so cool, and I commend you for actually having that perspective and understanding how important our kids are. Because a lot of people, like I said, I've had people sit right next to me and, you know, not basing my opinion or passing any judgment towards them, but will really say, well, I'm not trying to be a role model.
Nah.
It's kind of like, do you have an option? Do you kind of get to choose?
You don't, and your option runs out when somebody else's child looks up to you.
Right.
You don't have to have kids to be a role model, and you don't have to run around saying I'm a role model to be a role model.
This is absolutely true, because they're gonna look up to you regardless.
Exactly.
And look, that's important, you guys. Make sure you remember that as artists in any craft, somebody is inspired by you. Somebody is looking up to you, and it's your job to make sure that you're carrying yourself in a certain manner. I'm not saying don't be yourself, but I am saying to some degree, remember there's a child that wants to be just like you.
Yeah. Please be yourself.
Right. Be yourself. Don't look, I'm not changing who you are. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Too many copycats in the world, and I think not being yourself is individual suicide. You kind of hang yourself with a rope there. But so I think that's a very important thing to kind of understand the culture. And, you know, y'all know me, I could kind of get off topic all day long, but let's kind of get back into the heart of the music. I know you being a Baton Rouge native, and a lot of people know you as Super, but they don't know why or where that name comes from. So let's kind of talk about how you got that golden name of Super starting out.
All right, well, back in the 98 summer, going into my 8th grade year, I was in a house fire. And, you know, some people stuck in, whatever. Got them out. So over the months, you know, healing or whatever, it was a young lady by the name of Faith Savoy.
Shout out to Faith.
Shout out to Faith. She gave me the nickname Superman.
Nice.
Because of coming out of house fire. So I shortened it up and used the word Soup for a rap name. But later on, you know, before I actually, you know, got into the industry, I met another guy named Aaron Kelly. His name was Super also, and like, you know, he was hot, you know what I'm saying? I like the style, whatever, and he was joining a group that I was dealing with named Down Bad. So the name change was kind of like not forced, but it was like, you know, it was necessary. Yeah, it was kind of necessary because you know, I like styles, you know what I'm saying, and I'm a team player, but it was a name that just was like buzzing for so long because at that time I was working at my pop's daiquiri shop. And a lot of people was just like, you know what I'm saying, you know, working at the daiquiri shop doing this, and they started calling me Hustle.
Gotcha. They saw you chasing the bag.
Yeah, so Johnny Hustle stuck. Shout out again to Jay Dirty, who actually printed me up as Jay Hustle before I knew it, on one of Down Bad CDs.
Very nice.
That's my first Jay Hustle or Johnny Hustle credit was on Down Bad Drug CD, that first CD.
Gotcha. So transitioning from Super, that was a more of a neighborhood name, like everybody kind of knew you for that heroic venture.
Yeah.
So I would assume that everybody in Dixie still see you and they're like, "What's up, Super?"
What up, Super?
So coming out of that name, it was like we said, it wasn't forced.
Nah.
It was more of a necessity. You kind of looked at the respect of, you know, embody what was going on. It was like, okay, before I step on any toes or before we have to beef out behind this name, let me just find something else that, you know, fits me better. So I do like the Johnny Hustle. I do like the aspect of a hustler. Y'all know me. Y'all see me wherever, whatever. Got to get the bag.
All the time.
So I like Johnny Hustle because it plays into the ideal that you're about your money, you're about your business.
Yeah. And it more sticks now because, you know, with, you know, when you get in the industry, you understand venturing off to different, you know, other things to make money.
Right. It's not just
It's not just recording. You know, you might film for somebody.
Right.
You might, you know, master, you know, just learning everything in the industry. You know, you become a hustler, you know, get it.
It's important, and we'll kind of touch bases there for a second. I know a lot of artists think that it's just the music, it's just the recording. They don't understand how important it is to know the business aspect of things. So let's kind of talk about the business of it. A lot of artists think that it's just making music, it's just recording, it's just being in that studio atmosphere. But if you had to give advice to the younger generation, or even some of the older guys that don't really understand the importance of it, what are some things you should be getting in order outside of just making songs?
I would tell every artist that's out there that to find somebody in their family, somebody at a local college that's majoring in mass communications, and just team up with somebody who's technically is going down the same avenue that you're going down,
right?
But doing it in a different aspect, as far as like managing you, marketing you, giving you advice on interviews, giving you advice on where to be, when to be there, because you know, as it's normally called rappers time when they tell you to be there at 11:30 because it's really start at 12:30.
Right.
But I mean, that's pretty, like, be yourself, you know, do your thing as far as rap, but you know, you have to link up with somebody who's going to help you to push you and know that you are a brand.
Right.
And like we were talking about the role model thing, no, you might not feel like you're a role model, but somebody is watching everything that you do. So, you know what I'm saying, things that you do is also branding yourself, you know.
Let's get into the heart of that. A lot of people, when you say brand, they kind of just roll off of whatever group or whatever entity they rock with, and that kind of sticks, and they're like, oh, that's my brand, but they don't really have a purpose behind it. So let's talk about the Johnny Hustle brand. Let's talk about how it came into fruition and what it means.
It's, when I dealt with the word hustle, I want to stay as simple and legal.
Gotcha.
Like, I know people that do everything. I know people do a dab in a little bit of everything, but I never been the person to do that. I never been the person to, in extreme measures, I wouldn't do
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do a lot of stuff.
Exactly, because I knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew what came with that. You know, my brother died in the feds. One of my favorite rappers did 10 years. Shout out to Squalid Pope. He did 10 years in prison. Okay. And he was another person that just told me, man, you ain't got to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. You ain't have to do what we did. We all gonna end up, you know, you all gonna end up at your own end of your road, and don't do nothing extra to try to get there. You know what I'm saying? Just stick to your plan. And have faith in yourself, and you'll get there.
So the Hustle brand really does speak totally straight to the point. There is no underlining measure. It is you hustle by any means necessary in a legal manner to kind of get where you're going.
Yeah.
I think that is so dope for so many different reasons, but more so because when you think of mainstream media, when you think about this industry, when you think about entertainment, a lot of the things that are portrayed on television, on the radio, even through the marketing aspects of artists, it's false. It's false advertising. It's encouraging kids that don't understand that this is a gimmick to do things that ultimately, you know, takes their life away from them in so many ways.
And if you listen to the wrong person relay that message to you, you'll think, okay, well, this is the only way. Right. But like I was saying, it's rappers that I grew up on that actually told you, okay, this what I did, this what you need not to do.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to have the brains and also the willpower to differentiate between that.
Right.
And to see other people doing stuff and like, okay, this dude got this amount of money, he got these amount of cars. Until you see that run out, you really want to participate in it.
Right.
And I, you know, growing up in that atmosphere, you know, I just never wanted to participate in that.
That's awesome, and it's important because it also plays a big part in the type of music you make and the story that you tell in your music. And we'll kind of get there. You know, being a Baton Rouge native, being from the South in general, very much so we're stereotypically put into a box about what type of music we make, the things that we're willing and able to talk about. But I don't feel like we get enough credit. A lot of our sounds, a lot of our, you know, structures and how we make our music is already out in the world, but we just don't get credit for it.
Yeah.
When you think about Johnny Hustle as an artist, if you had to categorize your music, if you had to, because I know a lot of times it's a lot harder to do, what type of music is it that you make?
Fun.
Nice.
Like I tell a lot of jokes. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to a lot of my bars is really just like lifting. You know what I'm saying? I haven't killed nobody yet in a song, I don't think. So I'm gonna try to keep it that way. But yeah, it's try to make you think without overthinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too deep, but I'm not gonna dumb it down too much. You know what I'm saying?
It's that healthy balance of my music will make you move, but I still want to make you think.
Bars.
Y'all, look, y'all getting it right here. The man is telling you, go listen, because it's not just dance music. Even though we're from Baton Rouge, it does not mean that everything that we do is meant to just make you move.
I want to listen to what you has to say about what you got to say.
Right now, I want to be the judgment of if you're saying anything at all.
Yeah.
That's so dope. So Johnny Hustle as a brand, like we said, it is straight to the point. It's the hustler in you. It's being able to take real life applications, take your story, put it out there, but still do it in a manner where people can respect it and they're encouraged by it.
Correct.
I think that's so awesome, and it's important to have that type of visual inspiration in this generation.
Yeah. And like you, again, it goes back to the brand and the role model. It's like it's other rappers that, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't say are inspired by me, but when they come to me for advice, that's the only thing I can tell them. Like, don't make Baton Rouge music,
right, quote unquote, you know,
to fit in. Like, don't do that, you know what I'm saying, because you're gonna lose yourself.
Right. Make the type of music
make your music, man. It's music. It's universal.
Right.
It's not Baton Rouge. Music is universal. If you make the right music, it's universal. Adele is not from America.
No, but you can't tell till she start talking. You can't tell. Her songs don't tell it, but when she start talking, it's like, wait, where did that accent
They have
from?
relationship problems with where she's from. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let's kind of get into the heart of the last couple of mixtapes or EPs. I know that we've released 2 projects more recently, and we'll kind of focus on those. First, let's start. Tell them where they can chime in to kind of check those out to catch up on them.
The latest mixtape, Forest and Fire, is on my website, HU$.com. You're going to get, you know, show dates and all that good stuff on there. You know, it's the whole mixtape. You can actually download the mixtape from HU$.com.
Awesome. So he's putting it in one place for you guys. You don't have to go scheming all through the internet to find it, getting your downloads in. What's the classic? Go ahead.
Make sure when you type, it's HYOU $.
All right, y'all got that?
Not H, the letter U.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, a lot of people, you know, hit me with that. It's HYOU $.
All right, y'all got that. Make sure y'all tagging in properly if you're having a hard time finding it. You're spelling it wrong.
Get that right.
Thanks for the clarity on that one. It's important when we go to find your music. We want to be able to link directly into it. Now, once you go on the website, you click the mixtape. What can you expect? What's the #1 single? What was the inspiration behind the project?
The inspiration behind the project, I recorded too much music, and and like I say, I'm not the one to just like be like, I got a mixtape drop, blah blah blah, like that. So normally I just record music, and once I get to a group of music that I like, okay, I feel like Tubbi might like this, right. So maybe I need to release this. So Forest and Fire was that. I did like. Shout out to EP. I'm sorry. Shout out to man. Shout out to EP, man. Yeah, that's what happened. I was in EP studio. I recorded 3 mixtape songs in one night, and he had the flash drive with the other music on there, and that's how I got Forest and Fire.
And he looked at you like, "What you doing? You got enough for a mixtape?"
The next day, he sent me the songs and almost the order that's on that CD.
That's EP. He has a way of reminding you that you have created a legacy and you need to move it.
And I mean, not trying to veer out the conversation. If you're a rapper from Baton Rouge and you have never talked to Savage, EP, Lil Keith, and I don't want to leave nobody out, but I ain't gonna keep going. If you have not even like reached out to producer, I know they prices might not be, you know, affordable for up and coming rappers. But if you haven't, they are knowledgeable people and they help out everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If they have anything to give, they will. And you know, EP is one of those people. And if you're a rapper from Baton Rouge, I promise you, if you reach out to 2 of the 3 or 5 or the 6 of those people,
they're gonna give you something.
It's gonna make you better, man. I promise you.
Yeah, and major shout out to EP. So many of the artists that sit right here on this couch, and so many of the local natives that have made it in the larger scheme of things, have worked with him hand in hand. So my brother does put you up on game, if nothing else. So make sure you guys are reaching out and linking in, and that's mad love. A lot of people aren't willing to kind of admit, you know, there's somebody behind me pushing me forward, but that's kind of what keeps the doors turning. It's what keeps us as a community, as a people, as a creative entity flowing and growing. So I respect that very much so, Johnny. Now, the mixtape, what song, when I click on that mixtape, when I download it, I know everything is gonna make me vibe, but what song was it that really inspired you? Like, okay, this is the single, this is what everybody is gonna love. What song we going with?
All right, as far as that, you know, on the Baton Rouge tip, I got Stomping on the Roaches, the remix.
Yeah, I know about Stomping on the Roaches.
with the up and coming, whatever phenom that you want to call him, Edom. He taking over, man. Like Edom doing this thing. He on the remix. That's on the Baton Rouge tip. Now for my people, like my dogs that I feel like all my dogs love. It's a song called Right Now on there, and like it's just me telling people that, you know what I'm saying, like, we gonna get it no matter how hard it is. We gonna get it, and we ain't gotta do what you think you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Get a plan, stick to the plan, let's do it. And you know the hook is right now, all my people gonna flex right now while y'all hollering up next. You know what I'm saying? While everybody waiting and doing their thing, you know, keep doing your thing, and when your time comes, it's gonna be your time.
That's so legit.
Now number 3.
Look, I like that. Come on, keep them coming.
I got one for my ladies. You know what I'm saying, on the mixtape tip. Me and my dog Doja Burner, we collaborate on a song called Bad Jet, and it's on the feature my dog Dooney.
Shout out to y'all.
Soft Dog Dooney. He on there. We took a little bit of juvenile flavor and put it on a song called Bad Jet, and it's heating up right now in a couple of clubs in Baton Rouge, following up that Stomping. So
that's what's up. Now, Stomping Roaches, I know a lot of people want to know, where does the name come from? Like, did you just wake up one day and was like, God damn it, what happened?
It's a Dixie thing. All right, so we, like in Dixie, that's what you call haters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because normally you don't never catch a hater.
Right.
So normally it's like when the lights off, that's when they hating. But as soon as you cut the lights on, the nearest crack, you ain't gonna catch them. They gone. You know what I'm saying? So you either gotta spray for them, you know what I'm saying, fog your house, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Stomping on Roaches. Like the song, the hook is I be jigging like I'm stomping on the roaches.
Gotcha.
That's a Baton Rouge thing.
I love the concept. A lot of people, when you think about roaches, you just think dirty, nasty, get rid of it. But I love the fact that you have a double entendre to it. Yeah. The fact that it kind of plays into the reality of when the lights come on, they scatter, baby, and you never know where they're going or when they're coming back.
Exactly.
I think that is so dope. Now let's talk about the third track, for the ladies. Yeah. I know we like to get our dance on, we like to get our vibe on. How did that kind of come into fruition when you were making that track?
Well, you know, I don't take nobody credit. I was sitting in the studio, right? And, you know, my dog Doja Burner was playing with a little track, and me and Duna, you know, going back and forth, and that's how it came.
It just happened naturally.
And like Duna, like after listening to a couple of songs that I was doing, Duna was like, man, you need a song for the ladies, and he came through with it, man, and you know what I'm saying, he came through. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, and honestly, when we recorded, I thought it was gonna be his, but he was like, "Nah, you can have it." So, like, shout out to Duna, man. He came through on that.
That's love. That's love.
All the time.
Now, I love the fact that the project does incorporate so many different entities of you.
Yeah, and that's because I didn't want it to sound the same. Because, like I said, when you just doing it by yourself, or when I'm just doing it by myself, I just be on one path. I just be, you know, I'm either like just spitting straight bars, or like I'm rapping about how I either love or don't love this person, whoever I'm with no more.
Gotcha.
But when I'm dealing with other people, that kind of brings me out of, you know what I'm saying?
That box. You get to really explore the
You hang with certain people, then you might do a smoking song. You hang with certain people, then you might do a political song. You go to different places, you know what I'm saying? That's why you need a, you know what I'm saying, kind of chime in with different artists and different producers. That's what it's for.
I like that energy. A lot of people don't understand that. They get so entitled in the means of self that they forget the importance of collaboration. Collaborations put you in a position where you not only are networking and people know who you are and you're able to, you know, be around other people and invest ideals, but you also receive those ideals and bring certain things to fruition that you otherwise would not have.
Exactly. And one way I describe me dealing with the industry is like how other guys deal with like flipping cars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it may not be $1 million industry to you per se, but it's something that you love to do that you can, you know, feed, you know what I'm saying, feed your kids off of. So if you don't, you know what I'm saying, if you don't really promote yourself like personally, then I don't think you're ever gonna make it. And that's my personal opinion. Like,
yeah, you kind of stay in the underground.
Yeah, you always gonna be underground by yourself.
All by yourself. Yeah. Now, knowing that you do have a couple of different producers, including Pizzle, shout out EP, shout out Doja Burner, is there anybody else that kind of had their hands on the instrumental side of this project?
My brother. I got an older brother, and he told me never to say his name on camera.
Well, look, I want the exclusives, big bro.
EP know my brother.
I'm just gonna have to go to the next network.
Exactly. My brother, he's just a shy dude. You know what I'm saying?
We can respect that.
Yeah, he's a shy dude. But if you reach out to him, he'll work with you every now and then. He did a couple of tracks on. No, my brother is not on my first one. He's on my next one. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. Just the fact that you're able to give the love out.
But my brother is on some Down Bad mixtapes that don't nobody know about.
See, big bro, you're going to have to come out the woodworks. I don't appreciate not getting the exclusive.
That dude, he's not coming out. That dude, whack. I love him though.
I like being lame. A lot of times being lame is what keeps you in your lane, and that's what keeps you driving forward. So I'm not mad at you, big bro. Do your thing. I'm not knocking you at all.
Because opposites attract, and I love them.
That's what's up. Features outside of the few that we've mentioned, is there anybody else on the project that we?
It's hosted by DJ Earl. First of all,
shout out DJ Earl.
Shout out DJ Earl. Features Edom.
Okay.
Yasi. My dog Justin Plummer, aka JP, we got a track on there called Triumph.
Okay.
And he still think he won. His project coming up, and we gonna do something on his, cause if he feel like he won, I'm gonna get him back.
That's good. I gotta go listen to this one so I can give y'all my opinion on it.
Triumph is on there. Dooney.
Okay.
He on that bad, yeah. My dog Doja Burner is on Can't See That. And that's it.
Nice. I love the versatility. Out of the artists that you named, a lot of them do have different styles.
Exactly.
They have different backgrounds, so I can assume that mixtape, like you said, is really well-rounded. I'm going to get a lot of different sides of Johnny that a lot of people don't expect.
Yeah.
They expect that Dixie boy.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not too far from being a Dixie boy on there. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's just me. It's just me being, you know, saying what I felt like I had to give before this project. But ever since the project, it's been crazy on, you know, the feedback on and different things from other people who are like, man, look, well, do this different, do that different. And it already got me I'm already anticipating my own work coming up. So
that's what's up. Being able to critique yourself is important. I think a lot of artists think critical feedback and criticism is hating. There's a person putting you down or just not wanting you to do well. So I'm a big fan of it too. Like, if there's something else I could be doing, if it's something I could do better, like, tell me. I'm not gonna I take it with a grain of salt. I look at it like some people like their eggs a little saltier than others.
And if you don't try to imply some of it, then it's still not, it's really your fault.
Right.
Everybody is not wrong when they critique you.
You have to be open to that criticism. Now, knowing that you are open to criticism, it helps you grow. It embodies who you are as an artist. When we talk legacy, what is it that you're hoping to leave behind or to gain from the music that you're actually pursuing right now?
I want to gain somebody to learn. If 3 guys can learn from my mistakes and my wins, then that's a legacy for me, because then if those 3 people help 3 people, that's 9. If those 3 people help 3 people, you know, and it keep it going. And That's what I honestly wish for.
Just growth and prosperity
from everybody.
I think that's so dope. Just who you are as a person, what you stand for, the image that you carry, the type of music that you make. It's important because, like I said, coming from where we come from, we get accused so often of a crab in a bucket mentality, where we don't like to see each other prosper and we don't want to see each other do well. And I'm telling y'all, his energy is real. It does not lie. Everything that he's saying is genuine. Yeah. Make sure you reach out. Make sure you link in. Make sure you check out the mixtape. Show him some love. He's willing to show you love back. The work ethic is there. Johnny Hustle didn't come overnight. Like, people saw the fact that he's willing to get it out the mud, and because of it, they respect him for it. And we're honored to have you. We appreciate you being able to stop in and give us your opinion and tell us about the upcoming projects. Now, we'll get ready to wrap up here shortly, but before we do, is there anybody that you'd like to shout out? Anyone that deserves a little love from Johnny Hustle?
Let's start from the top, man. Let's start with Mad Game Entertainment. Just a couple of names: T, Will, Carissa, KC, Alex, Byron, Octagon Media, Cashing Out ENT, Dirty Management, Big Royal. Shout out to Tommy doing this thing, man. Antidote, EP. I can keep going, and I really want to, but I'm going to slow down. Dog Doja. I really want to keep going, man. JB and my dog Smitty, man. I see both of y'all.
That's what's up. That's what's up. The culture of music, it needs a new face. It needs new ideology. We need more people that are willing to relate a positive of it, to be that networking force, to be that collaborative force, to be able to say criticism is important.
And like, man, if you just reach out, you know what I'm saying? If you just need 8 bars to be filled in on a song, reach out, man. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on my Gmail. I'm hustle at gmail.com. Send me something, man, and I'm gonna send it back. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about the culture with me. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that paperwork when paperwork supposed to be paperwork. But right now it's about the culture, baby.
I know that's right. So 2018, I'm expecting shows from you.
It's up.
I'm expecting the new release of the upcoming mixtape,
Hustle Mania.
And they'll be able to tune into the website to get that when it drops. Do you have a set date yet, or you still kind of in the works for it?
I ain't gonna set no date because I don't like doing it. But my birthday is in October.
Yeah, I better be ready for October.
So if it tastes right in October, then you know we're gonna do something with it. But Hustle Mania is the movement, man. Hustle Mania, and that's on every aspect of life, man. Hustle Mania. If you got a lawn service, man. You know what I'm saying? If you wash cars, if you do hair, if you do nails, it's Hustle Mania.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. It's Hustle Mania. If you do air conditioning,
don't stop.
It's Hustle Mania, man.
Johnny, we appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come kick it with us. We do understand you have a lot going on. We're excited to see what the future brings. I'm looking forward to the new mixtape. Make sure you guys tune in to the website. Check out the mixtapes that he has out right now. Be on the lookout for all of the new videos that'll be posting following those singles that he's putting out. We came through to show you some love, to represent Baton Rouge. He's representing Dixie. Long line coming. You guys make sure you link in, subscribe, tag in, follow. It's your girl Tubbi of the Nerdy Bird site with theantidote.com, and we are signing out.